Dark giants rise from lying grounds. Blue guardians down the heart. Lights and fury in the sky. Zoids leads the iron pride. Roar of thunder, sound of drum. Roar stand steady, battle floor. Blue guardians fight for peace. Red muses stir the beast. Warriors of steel decide the fate. On Zoidstar, no time to wait. Planet echoes with their wrath. Warriors treading metal path. Shadows dancing neon flash. Laser beams ignite the night. Iron claws in desperate fight. Moonlight breaks the crimson light. Lord defends with courage steel. Tortilla leaves no chance to kneel. Fury of the heartbeat real. Zoidstar leads the iron line. Roar of thunder, sound of charge. Roar stand steady, battle for. Well, mutants stir the people beat. With potent radar to cut through any shroud. Gorhecks, the Stegosaurus will be proud. Will be proud. Derived from the logical dosing form, Gorhecks will be a beacon in the storm. Though small and not well armed, he will yet serve. The Stegosaurus Zoid will be our nerve. Derived from the logical dosing form, Gorhecks will be a beacon in the storm. Though small and not well armed, he will yet serve. The Stegosaurus Zoid will be our nerve. Use your 3D radars and Gorhecks. Swing across the things with bow and a flex. In communication, you have our steps. Confound complex. Dimetrodon maybe lies, but he won't win. His radar jamming can't stop your crystal fin. Disrupt their communications with wit. Don't stop till the Never's empire quits. We never trust, we face our new foes. The Gallows Empire comes to bring the blow. Their dark spider is the new radar light, but Gorhecks will burn through their jamming light. Use your 3D radar scan Gorhecks. Swing your crystal fins with bow and a flex. In communication you have our text. Confound the empire with radar complex. This new Zoid war we must not forget. Our enemy remains the strong radar threat. So deploy the Stegosaurus Zoid once more. Gorhecks with his crystal fins we adore. Use your 3D radar and scan Gorhecks. Swing your crystal fins with bow and a flex. In communication you have our text. Confound the empire with radar complex. Use your 3D radar and scan Gorhecks. Swing your crystal fins with bow and a flex. In communication you have our text. Confound the empire with radar complex.